order. Any introduction you need to make today? I don't know if anybody's unusual on the phone here, but
I am.
We need the approval of the minutes of March 10th, 2021. Could I get a motion by Legislator Myers?
Second.
Second by Legislator Robbins. Under question? All in favor?
Aye.
Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Good, good, good. Any opposed? Motion approved. Moving on to action items. 4.0, authorization to apply for a Brownfields Cleanup Revolving Loan Fund, supplemental funding, US EPA, from Ms. Fisk. If you could describe that in a little detail, Amy?
Sure. Thank you so much, Chairman. This is a supplemental grant that will be used for our revolving loan fund program to offer additional low interest loans to the private sector for brownfields cleanup, as well as sub grants that we can give out to nonprofits and municipalities for cleanup of sites they own. Currently, our program, we have 6 active cleanup projects, and the majority, if not almost all, of our funding has been allocated. So we're looking for an additional $500,000 to be able to take on some new projects in the future.
Okay, I've got a motion by Legislator Godfrey, second by Legislator Grosio. Under question? Okay, all in favor? Thumbs up, thumbs up. Very good. Any opposed? Motion is carried. Resolution ED 01521 calling for a public hearing to utilize Community Development Block Grant CARES Act funding to implement the NORA work plan from Ms. Kleizek. Would you care to elaborate, Andrea?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So the New York State Office of Community Renewal received federal CARES Act funding, and we are looking to ask the committee to authorize us to have a public hearing. A public hearing is part of the process to apply for these grant funds. Grant funds will be it'll be a joint application with Orleans County, and we're looking to implement the NORA, the guidelines that are the guidelines in the NORA work plan, which is to extend broadband into Niagara and Orleans County. So the first resolution is calling for the authorization for the public hearing, and the second resolution for the same grant, but authorizing us to submit an application to the New York State Office of Community Renewal to apply for the funding.
We have a motion by Legislator Godfrey and by Legislator Myers. Under question? All in favor of ED 01521? Any opposed? Hearing none. Motion carried, and I will move directly to motion for ED 01621, which was explained. Legislator Godfrey again. I know this is a big project for him. And another one, motion by Legislator Robbins. Under question for ED 01621. No questions. Going to motion a second. All in favor? Aye. Okay. Any opposed? Okay, motion is carried. It'll go on to the legislature agenda. In old business, 7.0, tax delinquent property update. County Manager Undergrove, do you have any updates? I know we have not had any court dates.
Yeah, so
yet.
I talked to the treasurer this week. He's looking to run the foreclosure auction at the normal time, which is in August. Obviously, we missed last year. It's probably going to be in an online format, but once we have a handle on the list of those properties, obviously it'll be a little bit easier for the land bank to go and solicit communities or properties from communities that may want to see the redevelopment of those properties to the land bank. With respect to tax delinquent properties, we have had some positive news. We are negotiating a couple delinquent tax payments. However, obviously, since we're in the middle of negotiating those, we'll have to wait until we get receive actual cash and have a resolution before we can publish that. But hopefully that'll be soon. Thanks.
And Rick, on the tax delinquent properties, did he give any indication, the treasurer, if we have more people in tax trouble being, with the pandemic? Is that just curiosity on my end?
Well, two things. No, he doesn't. He has indicated he hasn't really seen any change. And as you recall, for a property to end up on the foreclosure list, has to be at least 2 years tax delinquent, which would push us obviously beyond the or it would predate the pandemic. If somebody's ending up on the list this year, the arrears started well before the pandemic. So that could be why we're not seeing anything.
Okay.
It's possible a year from now that we might see something. So, I don't know the answer to that, but at this point in time, we really haven't seen anything. And you got to remember, when we go into August, we'll have an extra, when you take a look at the volume of properties that we typically have in a foreclosure, this August, in theory, there should be twice as many because we didn't hold a foreclosure auction last year.
Sure. Okay.
So so a lot of the properties going this year will be 3 years delinquent.
Okay. And you can transition directly into the Niagara Orleans Land Improvement Corporation.
Same thing.
Any updates? Same thing. Okay.
Same thing. Yep. So obviously, what we do relative to residential property, we take recommendations from the municipalities, and at this point in time, as we put together our list, then we'll have a better handle on what's available. Same thing with Orleans County.
Okay.
And the ones that we did have, there has been progress. Ms. Kleisig might have a better handle on this than I do, but I can tell you that two of the properties are our most recent properties that we had sold to the land bank. There has been progress on those, including the Niagara Street property. I spoke with the City of Lockport building inspector, so I got a good report from him. So I was pleased to see that. And then there's also been progress on the Vandervoort property.
In North Tonawanda?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I can give you something a little bit more formal tomorrow, though. The Niagara Street property I'm familiar with because I spoke directly with the building inspector. Okay,
I walk by that one in Vandervoort every once in a while and looking to see if there's any improvement. Last time I was by there wasn't a ton, but okay.
Well, there was an issue with, as you recall, there were a couple issues with the original plan, and that has since changed.
Okay. Economic development outreach to municipalities, Mike, near and dear to my heart here. So if you could give us an update on that, and maybe enlighten the legislators a little bit as to what they could expect.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As I've mentioned in the past, Chairman Andres reached out to me early in the year with the idea of reaching out to municipalities. Well, we've completed a draft presentation, and Kathy's sharing that on the screen right now. It's designed to inform our municipal leaders on who we are at the Niagara County Center for Economic Development, and educate them as to the services offered by the Center for Economic Development, including but not limited to COVID-19, business assistance, our business growth and retention program, brownfield assistance, the NORLIC, the Niagara Orleans Regional Land Improvement Corporation, Empower Niagara, and Open Seed PACE, energy assistance programs, the Micro Enterprise Assistance Program, mapping, demographic and economic data assistance, and there's a whole lot more. Staff has also updated the takeaway piece, our Center for Economic Development Incentives booklet, which will be used as a takeaway piece. And as Rich alluded to, we've sent letters to municipal leaders, mayors and supervisors, offering to present at an upcoming city council or town board meeting on their agenda. So we anticipate getting those presentations within the coming weeks. And as soon as we hear from those municipalities, which I don't know if you want us to reach out to you and you reach out to the legislator in that district, or we're going to look to have our legislators give the opening remarks and the welcome at these presentations.
Okay, and especially the legislators here on this call will certainly be primed and ready to go. This sort of came out of a meeting we had just prior to the pandemic with Niagara Falls, and if you remember, I think Mark, you were there. Grozio, weren't you at that one with the new mayor and like that? We had conversation, explaining what we do and how we could help. And it seemed to be very productive and enlightening to the city officials and like that. So my push was that coming out of the pandemic, as we try to recover across the county, we could have a sort of a tailored message depending on which town or city we're talking to. They're all going to have different needs, and expecting them to keep up on this website or trying to keep up sort of by calling economic development, I thought was probably not going to happen. We should take the show to them and explain exactly what it is that we do and what help we could offer, and how their legislator could help and like that. So that's the sort of initiative in a nutshell. Economic development has taken it and run with it, and has put together sort of the bones of a pretty good presentation, and then it'll be tailored hopefully to the community, or maybe if it's a small town type thing, maybe the region in which it's located. Maybe it's Lakeshore, maybe it's agriculture or whatever, but sort of tailor that and let you guys, the legislators that know that town the best, kind of introduce it and take it to in front of the city council and like that. So hopefully everybody finds this to be exciting opportunity to showcase what we offer and what we can kind of how the county can be more helpful, more responsive to the towns we serve. So that's the idea, and you'll be hearing more as we sort of flesh this out, but it's coming along nicely, and I think unless you are opposed to it, I'd hope that the legislators would take this initiative and run with it and present it to their towns and city councils. Any questions from the legislators on this?
No, it's Chris here. I think that's a wonderful idea. I think that's awesome. Great job. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I gotta give credit, Rich, to the staff. I mean, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think I have the best staff in the county. They're hardworking people, and we're all going to be breaking up these presentations. Example, like you said, when we go to the Lakeshore communities, we'll bring Frank Campbell with us to talk sport fishing as well. If we're in the cities, in town of Niagara and those areas, Amy Fisk might want to join us and be a part of those presentations to talk about the brownfield assistance that those municipalities have received and what's available to them through a Brownfield Development Corporation. So kudos to the staff, great job, and we're looking forward to presenting this thing.
Okay, very good. I'm excited, and thank you for making us look good. That's what we. that's important, of course, to get out there and see these folks and tell them what we're all about. New business. We have the business assistance update from Mr. Cassell.
And we want to always continue to give you these updates. We have not been able to get together in person, obviously, so we feel this is important to keep you all in the loop on our business retention program. So far, we've reached out to about 40 companies. We've had 15 meetings or conference calls or virtual calls with 14 of those companies. We've got 2 more of those meetings scheduled for this week, so we're staying busy with the business retention program. As we mentioned before, we had a very successful, and again, we work in teams in the Economic Development Office. So kudos to the Kathy Sinor and Amy Fisk on the Ag Outreach team. We did our Agribusiness Outreach Forum. It took place on March 23rd and 25th. Becky was the person that welcomed them all on the very first event on March 23rd. We had 84 participants in this agribusiness program, 18 speakers over 2 days. And we got some great positive feedback from the exit survey that we did. So we're looking forward to continuing that program and to hopefully doing it in person in 2022. We conducted our second of 6 free business virtual workshops this morning. This was a general workshop with several of our economic development partners to share resources that we and they have to assist businesses. Kathy, this is the flyer that we put together to promote the general workshops. Kathy, did you want to take it from here and talk a bit about this this schedule, being the team leader here?
Sure. So like Mike said, we're going to be doing 6 workshops. So far this year, we've done 2. We did workforce development in February. Today, we did a general workshop. We also have general workshops scheduled for August 18th and December 8th, as you can see there. And then we're also looking to do a low-cost power workshop, perhaps the 3rd week of June. And then in October, we're going to do an export workshop as well. So we're very excited about those. Like Mike said, we did the one today. We had 33 participants today, which is great. Over the 2 workshops we've had so far this year, we've had 55 participants. We are well on our way to making this the best year yet. And if anybody misses any of those workshops, I just want to show you here on our website, we do have a new page just coming up here. It's called Featured Events. It's under the About Us tab. And you can see here, these are the 2 upcoming workshops that we have, but also all of our past events. We are recording these as they happen, and we are posting the recordings on here with the link to the, I believe it's Niagara County YouTube page, which allows us to put these up here. So the recording from today will be up later this week, but we also have the 2 days of the Agribusiness Forum up there. And then we also have the Workforce Development recording up there as well. So these are great resources. And I know that, Mike had mentioned that Chairwoman Whittish was on our Ag Forum, and I also know that Legislator Myers joined us as well as a participant. So we're excited. I mean, we're really excited about. We never really got into a lot of virtual things pre-pandemic, but we've really, kind of taken off with it and found some great avenues that we can reach a lot of people in one fell swoop. So it's exciting.
Thank you very much.
Kudos to Kathy and Amy. I put them through. You don't even want to know what I put them through to get this thing done. It's a lot more work doing a virtual event like this than it is doing it in person. So thank you.
I've been making the most of what we got going on out there, so that we appreciate that from the legislature side of things. Next, we have our economic development address, which has been put together by Mike and his staff, and I know that Mike and I will both be recording this at LCTV, who has been a great partner for us to get this out there. We'll be recording this tomorrow. I'm going to do the introduction and conclusion. He's going to do the meat of the lineup there, and I know it'll be airing on Monday evening. Is that accurate, Mike?
Yeah, it'll be airing. The first airing will be Monday, April 19th at 3:30, and then it'll run just like Focus on Niagara runs at various times in subsequent weeks as well. So everyone will have a good chance to see this. You can always go on LCTV too, and in their on-demand section. If you don't have time to scroll through their guide, and you can find it on demand too.
And did everybody receive a paper copy of it? I received mine today. Did that go out to everybody, or just to me because I'm reading it? You got it.
Went out to all the legislators.
Okay.
And if you watch it on TV, you might want to page through that report sure. as the presentation is being unfolded on the television screen.
I know a lot of you guys are excited about it and probably going to set up some viewing parties to watch this with all your friends. It's going to be hard to keep everybody kind of calm while this is happening, but the script will be there. Mike and I will sign those if you bring them into the next Sledge meeting. Just be ready. It's must-see TV. I'm sure this will be one of the more exciting addresses.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, real quickly before we head out, I wanted to let everyone know about William Maine too. The William Maine program. We received 18 applications from 18 business organizations. We're just about done with our application review. and we're finalizing the awards this week. And we're also going to finalize, obviously, we're not going to have 50 people arm in arm in legislative chambers handing out checks. We're going to figure out the process of getting those checks out so that you, the legislators, have a chance to present the check to the business organization. Maybe we can do something virtually, and we'll have more information as we hone that down with our public information officer.
Very good. Now, I think I'd, as a legislator, I'd love to be out there in the, in the community presenting these checks if I could. If that's my preference. I don't know if anybody else has a preference, but
I agree with you, Rich. I would like to do something on that line.
very good. Okay, so you guys, do we think we could still get the oversized checks kind of worked up so we can get those ready to go? And
We're working on those as we speak, Rich.
yeah, oversized checkbook. Okay. We are now moving to adjourn this meeting, and we'll motion by Legislator Robbins, second by Legislator Myers. All, any opposed? Okay, we're going to say it's carried. I'm assuming nobody's going to be opposed to this. So have a great rest of your beautiful sunny spring evening, and we'll hopefully see everybody soon in person. Talk to you later.
Thanks, everybody. Be safe.
Good night.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Peace out.
Bye, guys.